The purpose of this video is to demonstrate creating and applying credit to an open invoice in Actionstep. To create a credit in Actionstep, you must already have an open invoice for the matter, even if the open invoice is for a zero balance. First, we'll navigate to an open invoice. You can do that directly from the matter billing screen, from the main menu, Accounting, Invoices menu, or from the matter billing open invoices menu. Please realize that depending on how your database is configured, your nomenclature may be either cases, matters, or projects. The database I'm using uses the case nomenclature. Since most users do most of their work from within the matter, I will demonstrate the creation of the application of the credit from within the matter. So from within the matter, click on the $ within a circle, which is the accounting menu. Then you go ahead to case billing, and it will take you to this screen. You'll notice below the billing summary, you will see the invoices that have been created, whether in draft, open, or closed status, listed down below. On the right, you'll see the invoiced amounts. You'll notice that these amounts will be highlighted in a blue, indicating that they are a clickable hyperlink. So you click on the amount that you want to credit. So out of this $1,300, I'm going to go ahead and click on that, and it's going to take me to the sales invoice, the back end. This is not the pretty PDF version that you print out and send or email off to your client. This is the back end root of the invoice. It shows you the individual line item that you have, which is actually the total of the fees. If I click on the folder icon here, then it'll show me actually what are the individual line items that add up to that $1,300. We want to credit some of that. So for example, we may credit part of this attend a hearing for 3 hours. We're going to reduce that down to 2, and I'm going to show you how to do that. We can't do that from here. This is an open invoice. The only way you can change it is actually to either do a credit or delete it. And since we've already sent it to the client, we don't want to do either one of those, or we don't want to delete it. We want to do a credit. So we are going to go down to the bottom here and click on the Create Credit button. When we do that, you'll come up with a message, are you sure you want to navigate away from the screen and create this credit invoice? We're going to say OK. Then it brings us to the credit wizard. From here, we can say which line items we want to include. Well, we only want to include the test attend hearing. So I'm going to go down here and hit select none. And then I'm going to come back and check the test attend hearing, because that's what we want to reduce from 3 hours down to 2. Next, it's going to come up and default the credit type to the invoice credit, or excuse me, sales credit invoice. The other choice would be sales credit order. I want a sales credit invoice. So I leave that. I'll go ahead and choose today's date as it defaulted to that, because we just made that decision today. If, however, you want to change that date, you certainly can. I'm going to leave it the way it is. Now it's going to require you to say a reason. Why do we want to do that? Improper billing, or whatever your reason is for wanting to give this credit. Negotiation with client, doesn't matter. This will go into the reasoning for the posting. I'm going to go ahead and click Finish. It shows me this complete, and we're going to credit some or all of this $1,050. I'm going to click Finish, and it's going to take me to the draft sales credit invoice. Again, if I click on this folder icon here, then I can see the individual line item that created that total of $1,050, and I see that I've got 3 hours here. I'm going to change that to 2 hours. And when I do, we see the total drop now from 1,050 down to 700. Unit sell remains the same, total changes. I'm going to save that, and now I see that my total is moved to 700, and that's the only line item in there. That's why it goes to 700. Now it's still a draft. I can't apply the credit directly from here. It won't let me do that. It has to be a posted sales credit invoice. So if I hover over the sales draft button, then I get this pop-up menu that I can save still as a draft, save and close. I can preview the PDF draft. I don't want to do any of that. What I want to do is either save and close. If I save and close, that means I'm saving this credit for a future time. I'm not going to apply it right now. But if I want to apply it right now, or when I come back to apply this at a later time, I'm going to go ahead and hit this save. It saves all that, and now I can apply the credit. Because this is no longer a draft, it's an open sales credit invoice, I can go ahead and apply the credit. So I'm going to do that. Now we notice that we have an amount here, $700, but we haven't deposited any amount. We don't have a credit amount. Because of this, deposit amount has a check mark in it. If I uncheck that, now we see we're going to reduce this by $700. And I'm going to hit post. I can put my journal memo in here. Credit of fees or whatever I want to put in there that makes sense to me in the posting. And when I hit post, it'll go ahead and credit essentially 2 hours, taking it down to a 1-hour hearing. I hit post, and then I'm done. So I can close this out now. When I go back to here, I can see that when I refresh this screen, now I see I've got a credit of $700 representing the 2 hours that I discounted this hearing for. And now that will show up on the next invoice.